Hi, it's Stephanie. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching my channel. Please hit the subscribe button and the little like thumbs up. Leave me a comment, ring the bell, do the whole works. No, truly, I really appreciate it when you subscribe. It means so much to me that you want to see more. Today, I'm going to show you how to make pillow beds. Oh, these are amazing. I first saw the idea was to, just sew some pillowcases together, stick some pillows in it, and boom, you had a little pillow bed for your grandkids. So I did that. I Pinterested it, I found it, and I did that. And that didn't turn out good at all. Like, it was sloppy looking, and I hated it. So tossed that, and I thought I can do this better. I'm going to show you my version of pillow beds that my family just loves. I made them for my grandkids to have at their own house, and I hear that their parents like to lay on them too. I should just make a larger version just for them. Another day, another video. But today, I'm going to show you how to make the pillow beds for little kids. It's going to be fun. It's super easy. If you're a beginner, you can totally do this. And it makes a great present. It's something that the kids can just lay on while they're watching TV. You can sort of set them up different ways. I'm going to show you how to make them, show you what you need. It's so simple. Are you ready? Let's do this. So for supplies, you're going to need 3 pillows, some fabric, and some Velcro. So let me just tell you how I chose each of these pieces. For the pillows, I just chose standard cheapo pillows from Walmart. They were the cheapest ones. They're going to be laid on the floor. They don't need to be fancy, but you could choose any pillow you want. We're going to measure them. So if you use a different pillow than me, a bigger pillow, you could measure it and do the same exact project. So the other thing was the Velcro. How I determined how much of this I needed was based on the length of my pillow bed. So let me show you what that's going to look like. These 3 pillows are going to lay like this, and I'm going to be enclosing them in the fabric. So I need to know the length and I need to know the width. And once I have the length, I will know how much Velcro I need. I will also know how much fabric I need. Does that make sense? Okay, so right on here, there's some measurements, 20 inches by 26. So 20 this way and 26 this way. I measured it with my tape measure just to double check, and I got a little tiny bit smaller measurement, so I'm safe with the 20 by 26 measurement. So that means that my length of my pillow bed is going to be the 20 times 3, because that's this side, the 20. So 20, 40, 60, plus some seam allowance. I'm just going to allow a 1/2 inch because that's easy math. So I looked for the Velcro and I found this package, and it has 6 feet. So now I had to do inches, right? So 6, I should do that in my head, is 72. How much did I need? So this package, I got white because that seems to go with pretty much everything. So that is going to fit the length of my pillow bed. Now the Velcro is so that you can pull the pillows in and out. It's for kids, right? So things are going to spill and you might want a new pillow. And so that's why I am Velcroing them in. So the length of the fabric is going to be based on the width of the fabric. This is 60 wide. So this is going to be perfect because how wide do I need it to be? Now let's talk cost. So 7 for the pillows, 7 for this, and 12 for this. And that comes to 26. So really, that's just nothing really for this. And you could definitely find bargains on everything. I mean, you might even have some pillows laying around. You might not even have to pay for that. If you've got Velcro in your stash, you could probably use less Velcro than I use. Maybe just do some tabs instead of doing a whole strip. It's totally up to you if you're on a budget. But really, for me, $26 for one of these pillow beds is a steal. It's just so cool. You're going to love it. Now, for fabric choice, I chose fleece. Fleece is so soft. Oh my gosh, when you lay on this, it's just so soft. And they have the cutest patterns for kids. So I'm making these for my nephew's kids, and I just know they're just going to love them as much as my grandkids do. So I just sort of laid my pillows on my fabric, and oh my gosh, look at this, you guys. I'm going to have a lot left over. So I'd recommend sticking with the 2. Although I'm thinking when I cut this off, this little piece that's left over is going to make a nice little blanket to match my pillow bed. So if you want to do that, if that turns out, I'll show you. This is not rocket science. This is so simple. So I just push my pillows to the end where I feel like I've got a good seam allowance right there. And then I left a little space in between each pillow so that, but it's going to be nice and snug. I like my pillows to be nice and snug. I don't like them sloppy. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to give myself a little bit of space right here. I'm just going to cut my fabric. Okay, so now I'm going to put my Velcro, I'm going to figure out where my Velcro is going to go. I want my pillow bed to end right here. It's already at the end on this side, and I want it to end, that's where the fold is, okay? And then on this side it's going to be Velcro. So there's going to be like a little bit of room for the Velcro, as you can see how wide that is. And then I want that same amount to fold under, just to turn under. You don't need to turn it twice, just once is plenty. This is really thick and you don't want a big bulky end on there. So I'm going to turn it once and then I'm going to Velcro it. And so I really only need it to be right about there. So that means I want to cut off right about 4 inches. So I'm just going to reach down, I'm going to cut off 4 inches all the way down. I'm going to turn my fabric under and then I'm going to sew the Velcro to it, and voila, that will be the next step. So I'm in my sewing room. I'm going to cut off the end so I can do my Velcro, and I came in here because I have the cutting board and it has the measurements, so I can cut that 4 inches nice and easy. And I'm just going to trim off the 4 inches here, and then I'm going to sew on my Velcro. Now it's all trimmed, so what I'm going to do next is show you a close-up of how I'm going to attach this Velcro. The first thing I want to say is that it's very difficult to see if there's a right side or a wrong side to this fabric. If I open it, it looks pretty much the same. I will say that this side looks a little brighter than this side, so I'm calling this the inside. Wrong side, right side, but man, look how close that is. But I like to mark it so that I don't forget. So I'm just going to put a pin on the wrong side, just so I remember. When I was learning to sew, my mom always said, measure twice, cut once. So I'm going to measure this. So now I've trimmed off the end that's going to have the Velcro, and I want to make sure that this is the exact width that I want my pillow bed to be. So here's my fold, and my pillow's going to go in here, and I want it to be 26. So whatever I need to do to fold this to be 26 is what I'm going to do. So it doesn't really matter to me how wide it is that I folded it. It matters to me that it ends up being 26. And that's what I ended up getting right there. So I'm going to pin that. And now I'm just going to pin that all the way down. And then I'm going to pin my Velcro to it. And I'm going to sew the Velcro onto it. That's what I'm going to do. I was just going to go pin this, and I thought I should show you how I'm measuring my little piece all the way down. So this is a cute, not cute, but this is a cool little measuring piece that, I don't know what you would call this. Sew and knit gauge, no, that's not it. Whatever it is, it's a ruler, and it has a little slide on it. See that little slide? So I'm going to take that slide, okay, and I'm going to measure it right here to what I want this to be. Okay, so now I know that that is 1.5 inches. So as I pin, I'll just hold this and make sure it's 1.5 inches. And I just keep doing that all the way down. And that way, I know I'm staying consistent. My edges are all turned under and pinned. And now I'm going to apply my Velcro. You have 2 sides to this Velcro. This has sticky on it. Not my favorite, but it's got to come off anyways. Don't want it on there because it's stiff. So I'm going to peel off the sticky and I'm going to put it right. I'm going to get it close to the edge because I want this to not have a big overlap. So it's just going to be close to the edge right there. And I will pin it. And then I'm going to sew it. And then we'll do the next step. I want to leave room for my seam. So I'm going to bring my Velcro in quite a bit, maybe right about there. And it'll just be fine. So that when the seam is there, it won't have to go over the Velcro. So we'll start, just eyeball it, maybe right about there. I'm going to use my craft scissors to cut the end off right there. Pull the rest of this tape off. Okay, so I'll do the other side and then we'll sew. This is the other side. So one side is kind of like rough and claw, and the other side's soft and fuzzy. And you want to make sure you use one side sort of rough and one side so they'll stick together. Okay, now this one also has the sticky, so again, I'm just going to stick it on there. I'm going to start kind of far in, just like I did on the other side. Kind of match it, so it'll be easy. Right about there. Those are going to stick together, so now it's time to sew it down, and we'll go to the next step. Okay, ready to sew. I'm just going to do one long strip of stitching here and one long strip of stitching here, and that should do it. I also wanted to point out there's a lot of lighting over here, and I don't know if you can see it. Off, on, off, on. Well, the camera doesn't love it. It's too much for it, but man, I love it, having that extra lighting in there. If you haven't seen my video, I'll put a link to it showing how I installed lighting in my sewing machine. It's pretty cool. But just for this video, I'm going to turn it off because I think it's making it too bright for you to see. There we go. Okay, here we go. So I finished up this whole side. Now we're going to do this side. Get this Velcro tacked down here. Now we'll do the exact same thing with the other side. They're both attached and I can stick them together now. I don't want to, but I just wanted to show you that I can. So at this point, now what I want to do is I want to sew my end seams. And so to do that, I'm going to put my right sides together. All right. And you want to get that nice and flush right there and pin it, and then pin your whole side down and sew it. Are you ready for that? Before I go to the next step, I just wanted to say there's a little bit of excess on this edge, and I'm just going to trim it right up to the little piece of Velcro just to make it nice and neat. We don't really need that little excess piece of fabric right there. You certainly don't need to do it or have to do it. It's just, I think it'll look nicer. Not that anyone's going to see the inside of it, but just a little thing. Do it or don't do it. Your choice. So both of the ends are sewn, and I've turned it right side out. So I flipped it. There's my seam, and it's going inside. So now I just have one long pocket, and what I want is 3 pockets. So I need to make 2 lines, and that's where my 3 pillows are going to fit in. So how I'm going to do that is I'm going to go ahead and close my Velcro. So now I'm going to mark it on the other side, and then I'm going to I'm just going to make a light pencil mark so that I can see it and sew it, and something that will just brush right off. All right. So we'll do that. Here it is. The pillow bed is finished. So just to refresh your memory on what we did, we cut the fabric to match the length of 3 pillows, and then we cut the fabric again to match the width of the 3 pillows. We sewed Velcro all along this edge, stitched up the 2 side edges, measured the middle for the middle pillow, and put a seam right there and right there. Now, will the pillows fit? Let's find out. Yep, they fit. Oh my gosh, this is so soft. So cozy. Just nice, very nice. So there's a little edge right here from the Velcro, but that's to be expected. I can just see a little kid laying on this, watching TV. So they can lay on it like a bed, but they can also fold it up and make it like a little chair and kind of lean on it like that. And they can do it like that and kind of have an extra pillow. So it's a lot of different things they can kind of play around with. And if you have anybody in your family that has little tiny children, or even medium-sized kids, They will love these pillow beds. If they're a little bit older, you might use maybe a sports theme or their favorite color or character. Or there's so many prints of this fleece out there, but oh my gosh, this is so comfy. I want to lay on it right now. I actually had this idea to get the longer pillows and make one for my son-in-law. Make a fourth pillow, and I mean, there's no end to what you can do here. You're making it up and you're measuring it to fit. So I'm very happy with how this turned out. Yep, that's really comfy. Remember how I bought too much fabric and I had some left over? Well, I cut off the edge, the little selvage edge, and this just looks like the perfect little blanket to go on my pillow bed. What do you think? It doesn't always hurt to buy too much fabric. So there you have it. We made our pillow beds. Are you going to do it? It's so simple and really affordable. When you think about just the simple cost of fabric, some 3 pillows, you just don't have much invested here at all. And they're so fast, you could make them up really quickly. So I hope you enjoyed my pillow bed tutorial. I hope you go make some pillow beds and make some little munchkins really happy. My kids just love them. And if you have some leftover fabric, you might want to even make a little blanket to go over their pillow bed. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Remember to subscribe and hit the like and ring the bell and leave a comment. I'll see you in my next video. Bye now.